excited to be here.
I'm very excited. It's going to be a good time, and I'm honored to be here.
Yeah. So you're from SoCal, you said?
Yeah, I'm from Long Beach, born and raised, and you want to say where you're from?
Yeah, I'm from Sacramento, so a little
Sacramento?
bit northern California, but
Okay.
I live in San Diego now.
Nice.
You'll definitely be able to bond with a lot of the students here. We have almost, not all students, but a lot of them are from the West Coast.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, we have like a hell ton of California students, so that's fun.
Yeah, I met some of them last night. A lot of good people here.
Yeah. How's your stay in Portland been so far?
It's been great. This is my second time in Portland, actually, and the first time I didn't really get to see much of the city and of the scenery and stuff. So being here now and having more time is good to see everything and experience the Portland vibe.
Have you done like the whole voodoo donuts?
No, not yet.
Okay, good.
I think we're gonna try to do that on Sunday, hopefully.
Okay.
But I was talking to the Uber drivers, and I heard it's kind of overrated. What do you
Yes,
guys
that's
think?
what
I
every
hate to say
Portlander
that
will tell
about
you.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It's a little overrated,
Yeah.
but you gotta do it.
You gotta do it.
Also, tomorrow, if you go out, the Portland Vintage Market has great stuff. I just went there today and
Ooh.
got
really?
a bunch of stuff.
We might have
Okay, well, Maggie, do you want to start asking the first question?
Yeah. Okay. So, I just wanted to start off by saying, when did you start making music, and how did you get into making EDM music?
So I would say I've always been a musical person. Ever since I was I don't know, 5th or 6th grade, I've been playing drums, and I grew up playing in the middle school and high school jazz band as well. I would say I picked up producing and making music in 7th grade, maybe 7th or 8th grade. So, and it was kind of during that time in high school, it was kind of more for fun and just getting home from school and making beats or random music, and I would just upload it to SoundCloud or YouTube. And then I always knew that being a musician and making electronic music, or I guess I'll say what led me into electronic music was, I don't know, I've always really listened to it. I'd say my first favorite electronic act was Deadmau5. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. But yeah, that's kind of what got me into it. And then I just have always been into EDM, and yeah, here I am today. Just it's honestly kind of surreal to be here and be able to play at your guys' show and do some of the stuff that I've been able to do. Really grateful for it.
Well, how did you learn to make beats and stuff? Because I feel it's not just
I kind of just taught myself, I guess, with YouTube and watching other people produce as well. I don't know. I think learning how to make music and produce music is very visual. You kind of just have to watch people do it and just, I don't know, learn different techniques from different people and I don't know, really just sit down and just take the time to learn the program. Because I remember when I first, Ableton is what I use to make music. It's a software, and I remember the first time I opened it, I was like, what the heck is this? It was just a whole new language. And then, I don't know, I just kind of spent over the years just learning how to do it and figuring out what works, what doesn't work. And then, yeah.
a lot of self-taught, a lot of YouTube.
Yeah, definitely a lot of YouTube and just a lot of online resources for sure.
YouTube's the best. Gotta learn anything, YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. You
So
can
my
learn
dad
anything
says.
on YouTube. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then what was the moment or point in your career that made your career go to the next level?
That's a good question. I would say, what do you think? You have any input on that? I mean, from an outside perspective?
Okay, I would say probably along like smoke blowing era.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, but it's funny because I made this song. It's called "Smoke Blowin'," and I started getting support from somebody named Benzie, who he's a big DJ and a big just artist in the scene, and I sent him this song, and he really liked it and really kind of supported it and pushed it out to a lot of big people, and so he started sending it out to a lot of big DJs and stuff, and then people started playing it live. I think Diplo. It's funny, Shaq, who also DJs. I think he played it out at a festival. But yeah, people just started playing it, and I feel that was the first song that kind of got me on the map with like, you know, bigger DJs like that. And yeah, this was when I was first going into college. I went to San Diego State for music business, but yeah, that was kind of the time where things started to pick up a little bit. And then I just kept doing it, kept trying to send out my music to people. Another big thing that, you know, kind of took everything to the next level was meeting like my friend group. So like all my friends, we met in San Diego. Or actually I grew up too with my buddy Evan. He goes by Frost Top, and me and him, like, we're in high school just always sending each other music. But me and him, we met like a group of like 3 other people, which I would call my best friends to this day, or best friends for life, actually. But yeah, yeah.
Only today.
Yeah, only today. Sorry, guys. But yeah, like, you know, we just all had the same like aspirations and goals as musicians, and we kind of just all like did everything together, and like we just, you know, kept doing it, kept putting our heads down and putting out music and working, and then I don't know, like here we are, I guess.
How did you come up with the name RemK? I think everyone wants to know.
I
And
knew
it's
somebody
pronounced-
was going to
it's
ask
pronounced
that.
RemK.
Yeah,
Yes,
we were
okay.
actually talking about that earlier because somebody asked me that in the car, and I was like, shoot, I wish I had a better answer for that. But I feel like a lot of the best names don't mean anything. To be honest, like I feel like, you know, if it was now, I could probably come up with a better name, but like that's what I grew up with, and that's what I've always had. And people call me like Rem, like people are always like, yo, Rem, like stuff like that. And yeah, it kind of just stuck, and, you know,
Tell them where it originally came from.
I think it was like my Minecraft username or something like that first. But I think I like made it up first for music and then just used it for a lot of things like that. I wish I had a better story to tell for that, but
No, it's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so when do you find yourself most inspired?
Definitely like from like 12 a.m. to like 6 a.m. Or 12 a.m. to 6 a.m.
yeah.
Like at night. I'm definitely like a night person, and that's definitely when like my brain is just always like thinking about music and, you know, ideas and stuff like that. And that's where I think most of the inspiration comes at.
What are your other interests outside of music?
Let's see. I mean, honestly, music is definitely one of the main interests and consumes like a lot of my time and just like thoughts, I guess. But you know, I'm really into skateboarding, surfing, snowboarding. I haven't done too much snowboarding this year, but stuff like that. I like to draw. I like to do like graphic design stuff. Like I usually do like all of my graphics and stuff for my project and like the branding and stuff. We like to make videos too. Jack actually is like a really big help of making videos and like turning our visions into life, you know? But yeah, stuff like that, just anything creative, you know, like I've always been like a hands-on person and just like to make stuff, and, you know.
Okay, so this is a bit of a more serious question, but how did the pandemic like impact your music career? Like, would you say that quarantine, like having that downtime, made it easier to like make more music, or do you think it kind of got you into that like a music person version of a writer's block and stuff?
Yeah,
like
I
that?
think honestly, I've said this before. I think the pandemic was like one of the best things to happen for that part of, like, obviously it wasn't the best thing to happen, but for musically, I think for me it really was, because I was going to school during the pandemic, and you know, you guys go to school too. So like I remember like everything went online, and then I think during the pandemic though, I really found like my true, like, I mean, I'm still developing my sound and stuff to this day, but I really feel like I improved a lot on my production skills and music writing skills, and just really like found my sound during the pandemic. You always have to make the best out of whatever situation you have, but I think like, I don't know, just being able to spend time on making music was definitely a good part of it. But also I feel like during the pandemic, I just like started to take it more serious. Like that was when everything started to really get more serious, and I was like, okay, I can like actually do this. And like, if I set my mind to it, like, you know, I could make it happen, like what I've always wanted to do. Like, cause that was what I went to school for. I remember like, let's see, like probably like a year ago in like February, I was doing like online class, and I was doing like a calculus class, and I was sitting there like I couldn't teach myself calculus, right? And I was just getting frustrated because I was like, I don't Like, yeah, I was like, I don't know how to do this, and like it being online doesn't help. So I made the decision to take like a leave of absence for that semester, and I think that was like really the start of like just really like going full in on music and, you know, making it happen, I guess.
And then aside from electronic music, what's your favorite genre of music, or like your favorite artists or bands?
I definitely like all kinds of music, you know. I listen to a lot of different music, but I think like jazz for sure is definitely one of my, I wouldn't say it's like my favorite genre, but I just really enjoy listening to it because it's like super intricate and like just, it's just very different from electronic music. So it's a nice break. Well, the love from jazz, I think, definitely came from growing up playing the drums. That's this, like I said, that was kind of the start of my musical journey, I guess. But yeah, I was always playing like jazz music, but I was also playing rock music too, like in 5th grade. And like, so, like I was in like a few like rock bands growing up as well, like with my friends, and we performed at like the talent show and stuff like that. Like you could probably still find videos of that on YouTube today. It's super funny. Definitely rap, hip hop, jazz, rock, anything, I think. Yeah.
What are some of your favorite artists?
Let's see. For hip hop, I'm more like into the classic, not classic, but more into like the older school names like Kendrick, like Eminem. He's cool. Legend. And then for like rock, I mean, I don't listen to too much rock anymore, but growing up, I was into bands like Linkin Park, stuff like that kind of sound. And then EDM, like I guess for some of my favorite EDM artists, definitely Boombox Cartel, Flume, Skrillex, Ecali. Yeah, Noctu, ISOXO, Frost Top, Alico, Jack Henry, LeMay, you know, all my best friends. Those are like, they truly make like my favorite electronic music.
I feel like also like having your friends make that music is probably like
Oh yeah,
makes you like it even more.
I don't think I could have done like anything without their support and just having like them to like, because we're always like sending each other music and like, you know, like, yo, check this out, like new idea I just made, what do you think? And then you're like, oh, this is cool, but maybe try this. And I'm like, oh, that sounds sick, like, yeah, that's a good idea. You know, we're always bouncing ideas back and forth. Like during the pandemic, we were always like in the same room, like working on music together and just like, you know, trying to push the sound, I guess, and see what we can come up with.
What is your go-to shower song?
That's a great question. I was going to say I don't listen to music that much in the shower, but I do. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I feel like I'll like play like whatever song that I was like working on in the shower, like the night before or whatever, and I'll just, you know, listen to it on my phone in the shower and just see how it sounds. But yeah, like the acoustics and like the reverb and just, yeah, I don't know. Good thing phones are waterproof because I have it like set up on the, you know, like the soap tray or whatever, and I'm just in the shower like just going hard, you know, just dancing and stuff. But yeah, definitely I would say like either whatever I was working on or just whatever like the latest song that I found in my playlist that I was enjoying during that period of time.
What is a performance of yours or another artist that you will never forget?
The one that first came to my mind when you just asked me that, I would say was Porter Robinson at it's Second Sky, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were at Second Sky in the Bay Area, and his set was just so inspiring, and like to see, because I feel like he used to make like kind of like more aggressive music, and now to see his full transition into like his true artistry and like the sound that he does now, and just also just one part that really stood out to me and really like just kind of hit me was like he'll play like one note of his melody, right? And the whole crowd will instantly know what he's playing and sing it or like chant it or whatever. And that's something that's like really cool to me. And yeah, just stands out. He's definitely like a true artist, and that's somebody who I look up to, and like somebody that I want my performance to look like that someday as well.
Very controversial question is, do you prefer Spotify or Apple Music, or you said you upload to SoundCloud?
Yeah, so
You don't have to answer this if you don't want to.
it's kind of embarrassing to say this, but I don't even have a Spotify premium like membership.
But you're a whole like artist on Spotify.
Yeah, but like I need to get it.
For free?
No.
No, like you still have to pay for it. And I was paying for it, but I was like, I just wasn't using it enough during the time when I had it. So I was like, I don't really like, because I listen to most of my stuff on SoundCloud. So I guess the answer to that question would be SoundCloud is my go-to platform. I really miss like the SoundCloud era of like 2014 through like 2018, where like it was just a lot different back then and a lot more like organic.
You can bring it back. You kind of answered this earlier, but which EDM artist do you look up to the most?
I don't think I could choose like one name for that, but kind of like some of the names I was saying earlier, like Skrillex, Flume, Boombox Cartel, E-Collie. Let's see, I'm trying to think of like some newer names that I could throw out there. Quix, Madion, Louis the Child. I think you can say it both ways though. Yeah. Because that's one of his favorite artists, so we always talk about that. I think that's a good list. If I think of any, I'll definitely throw them out there.
If you were an album, what would you be and why?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a hard question.
It's a very intense question.
Dang.
A whole album.
Yeah. I honestly don't know. I don't think I could like tie it to one album. But if I had to, the album that truly feels like myself is it's not an album, but the project I'm working on right now definitely feels like that reflects me the most. But if I had to choose like somebody else's album, maybe like Skrillex's Recess. Like it has just like, it's very diverse. Also like Flume. Any of his albums like Skin, Hi, This Is Flume was really good too. Those like all those names I take a lot of inspiration from and really look up to.
You did really well for your first interview.
Thank you.
The last question we really have for you is just like, what are your expectations for this performance? Like, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Oh, you are literally the age of the people that are come see you. So like, how do you feel about it? What are your expectations? Like, are you excited?
I'm really
nervous?
excited. Like, I'm super stoked for tonight. I've been looking forward to it for a while. I don't know. I just expect to have a good time, and I hope like, the people who don't know my music, I hope they like what I play, and I hope for the people that also don't know it as well, I'm kind of throwing in like, like acapellas and edits that people might know that's popular with like a college crowd. And, I hope that resonates with them. And yeah, I hope they just have a good time. And that's the most important part to me, is just, I hope everybody enjoys it and has a good time. And like, I hope it kicks off the event with a good start.
Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thank
We're
you.
really excited to see you tonight.
Thank you guys so much for having
It's
me.
gonna be a good time.
Like I said,
Go RemK.
it's an honor to be here.
Yeah,
and thank you
of
guys for having me at the interview too. Like, I think for my first interview, I couldn't have had a better team for the interview.
Thank you.